Rattata, the original early game rodent, was introduced in Generation 1 as one of the first normal type Pokemon encountered in Pokemon Red and Blue. It is a small, aggressive rodent known for its sharp incisors, which never stop growing, forcing it to constantly gnaw on hard objects. Rattata evolves into Raticate at level 20, gaining a larger body, longer fangs, and a more menacing presence. Stat-wise, Raticate is fast, 97 speed, and has decent attack, 81, allowing it to hit hard with moves like Hyper Fang and Super Fang, the latter reducing an opponent's HP by half. However, its frail defenses make it easy to take down. In Pokemon Sun and Moon, Alolan Rattata and Raticate were introduced as dark normal types, giving them new strategies based on deception and sneak attacks. Unlike their Cantonian counterparts, they are nocturnal hunters, adapted to urban environments. While Raticate has been outclassed by stronger normal types, its early availability, high speed, and strong biting moves make it a reliable option for early game battles. Its Alolan form adds strategic depth, reinforcing its place as a classic regional mammal. Sentret, introduced in Generation 2, is Johto's early root normal-type mammal, known for its timid nature and habit of standing on its tail to scout for danger. Its design resembles a meerkat or flying squirrel, emphasizing its cautious, watchful personality. At level 15, Sentret evolves into Furret, a long weasel-like Pokemon that is incredibly fast, speed 90. Unlike Raticate, who relies on powerful biting moves, Furret focuses on agility and versatility, learning moves like Quick Attack, Coil, and Slam. While its attack, 76, and special attack, 45, are low, its diverse move pool, including Ice Beam, Thunderbolt, and Surf, allows it to act as an unexpectedly flexible Pokemon. Despite its adorable design and speed, Furret is not a competitive powerhouse due to its low defenses. 55 HP, 64 defense, 55 special defense. However, in the Pokemon Mystery Dungeon games, Furret is portrayed as a quick and nimble explorer, reinforcing its curious and energetic nature. The Pokédex describes Furret as a fast-moving Pokemon that can slip through tiny gaps, making it difficult to catch. While not as aggressive as Raticate, Furret's speed, charm, and playful personality have made it a beloved early-game Pokemon in Johto. Zigzagoon, introduced in Generation 3, is Hoenn's early-game mammal, known for its playful, curious nature and zigzagging movement patterns. Inspired by raccoons and tanukis, Zigzagoon is constantly scavenging and picking up items, which is reflected in its pickup ability, allowing it to randomly find useful items after battles. At level 20, Zigzagoon evolves into Linoone, a long-bodied quadrupedal Pokemon with incredible speed, 100 speed stat. Unlike other early-game rodents, Linoone is more agility-based, learning extreme speed, which gives it a high-priority attack option. It can also use Belly Drum, sacrificing HP to maximize its attack, making it surprisingly dangerous when set up. In Pokemon Sword and Shield, Zigzagoon and Linoone received Galarian forms, transforming them into dark normal types. Inspired by punk rockers and badgers, Galarian Linoone has a more aggressive and rebellious personality, leading to its evolution into Obstagoon, the first fully evolved regional normal-type rodent. This gives it increased bulk and access to moves like Obstruct, which lowers an opponent's defense. While standard Linoone is often overlooked, its Galarian counterpart became a competitive favorite, proving that regional rodents can evolve beyond their early-game roles. Bidoof, introduced in Generation 4, is Sinnoh's early root normal-type mammal, often seen near rivers and lakes. Inspired by beavers, Bidoof has large front teeth that continuously grow, which it keeps in check by gnawing on wood and rocks. While many players initially saw it as just another weak early-game Pokemon, Bidoof became a meme sensation, earning an ironic fanbase due to its goofy expression and perceived uselessness. At level 15, Bidoof evolves into Bibarel, which adds a water typing, making it the first regional rodent to have a dual typing, normal water. Bibarel has a solid HP stat, 79, and decent attack, 85, allowing it to use moves like Aqua Jet, Waterfall, and Hyper Fang. Its ability Simple doubles the effect of stat boost and debuffs, making moves like Curse and Amnesia much more effective. However, its low speed, 71, and poor defenses, 60 defense and special defense, limit its competitive viability. Despite its flaws, Bibarel became a fan-favorite HM slave in Pokemon Diamond and Pearl, as it could learn nearly every HM move, making it essential for navigating Sinnoh's overworld. In Pokemon Legends Arceus, it appears peacefully floating in rivers, reinforcing its laid-back nature. Though often ridiculed, Bibarel remains one of the most memorable early route Pokemon, both for its utility and humor. Patrat, introduced in Generation 5, is Unova's early game normal-type mammal, resembling a prairie dog or chipmunk. Known as the lookout Pokemon, Patrat is extremely vigilant, constantly scanning its surroundings for danger. This is reflected in its large red eyes, which give it an almost paranoid expression. At level 20, Patrat evolves into Watchog, a taller, sleeker version of its pre-evolution, gaining better vision and sharper instincts. Unlike previous regional rodents, Watchog is more focused on status-inflicting moves rather than raw speed or power. It has access to Hypnosis, Super Fang, Confuse Ray, and Mean Look, allowing it to disrupt opponents rather than directly overpower them. Watchog's abilities add to its scouting theme. Illuminate increases wild encounter rates, useful for hunting Pokemon, and Analytic boosts its power when moving second. However, its low speed, 77, and poor defenses, 69 HP in defense and 60 special defense, make it fragile in battle. The Pokédex describes Watchog as having glowing stripes that it uses to intimidate opponents, making it a rare example of a rodent with a built-in intimidation tactic. While it isn't as beloved as Bidoof or Furret, Watchog is a unique take on the regional rodent formula, emphasizing observation and disruption rather than brute force. Lillipup, introduced in Generation 5, is one of the rare early game normal types to have a 3-stage evolution line. Unlike most regional mammals, Lillipup is inspired by dogs rather than rodents, closely resembling a Yorkshire Terrier. Known for its loyalty and intelligence, Lillipup is considered an ideal partner for trainers starting their journey. At level 16, Lillipup evolves into Herdier, which becomes more muscular and gains a thick fur coat that protects it in battle. It also develops a stronger bond with its trainer, further emphasizing the loyal and dependable nature of the line. Herdier has good bulk, 65 HP, 70 defense, 55 special defense, and starts hitting harder with takedown, crunch, and workup. At level 32, Herdier evolves into Stoutland, a large, majestic canine Pokemon resembling a Scottish Terrier, with a long, noble mustache. Stoutland is one of the most powerful early route Pokemon, boasting an impressive 110 attack, 90 defense, and 80 speed, making it both fast and strong. Its Sand Rush ability doubles its speed in sandstorms, making it surprisingly effective sweeper in sandstorm-based teams. According to the Pokédex, Stoutland is known for saving people stranded in snowstorms, reinforcing its bravery and rescue dog inspiration. Unlike many regional mammals that fall off in late-game battles, Stoutland remains viable throughout a playthrough thanks to its solid bulk, powerful attacks, and versatile move pool. Bunnelby, introduced in Generation 6, is Kalos' early-game normal-type mammal, inspired by rabbits. Unlike previous regional rodents, Bunnelby has large, strong ears that it uses like hands, allowing it to dig through soil with ease. Its design is based on burrowing rabbits, fitting into Kalos' rustic countryside aesthetic. At level 20, Bunnelby evolves into Diggersby, gaining ground typing, making it the first regional mammal to have a typing that counters electric types. Diggersby's massive muscular ears became its main tools, allowing it to dig tunnels, lift heavy objects, and attack with great force. This is reflected in its ability Huge Power, which doubles its attack stat, making it a surprisingly powerful physical attacker. Stat-wise, Diggersby has high HP, 85, and attack, 56, but effectively doubled to 112 with Huge Power, giving it access to devastating moves like Earthquake, Hammer Arm, and Quick Attack. However, its speed, 78, is only average, and its frail defenses, 77 defense, 75 special defense, make it easy to take down if it hit first. The Pokédex describes Diggersby as an incredibly strong Pokemon that can carry boulders as large as itself, reinforcing its construction worker-like design. Though often overlooked, Diggersby's Huge Power ability makes it a competitive sleeper pick, and its ground typing sets it apart from previous early route normal types. Yungoos, introduced in Generation 7, is Alola's early route normal type mammal, inspired by mongoose, which are known for their ability to hunt snakes in the real world. Yungoos is notorious for its ferocious appetite, constantly looking for food, as reflected in its Pokédex entry, which states it's always hungry and always angry. At level 20, Yungoos evolves into Gumshoes, gaining a larger, more upright posture with a design inspired by detectives and private investigators. This is reflected in its ability Stakeout, which doubles its damage when attacking Pokemon that just switched in, making it a punishing threat to opponents who rely on switching strategies. Stat-wise, Gumshoes has good bulk, 88 HP, 70 defense, 60 special defense, and decent attack, 110, making it a strong early-game physical attacker. However, its low speed, 45, limits its potential against faster opponents. It learns moves like Hyper Fang, Crunch, and Super Fang, reinforcing its role as an aggressive hunter. The Pokédex describes Gumshoes as a nocturnal hunter that patiently waits for prey to appear, giving it a stalking, detective-like personality. While it has struggled competitively due to its poor speed, its unique design, thematic inspiration, and ability to punish switches make it one of the most interesting early-game mammals in the series. Squovet, introduced in Generation 8, is Galar's early root normal-type mammal inspired by squirrels, specifically the Eurasian red squirrel found in the UK. True to its inspiration, Squovet is known for hoarding berries in its cheeks, a trait that carries over into its abilities and behavior. At level 24, Squovet evolves into Greedent, becoming a large round-bodied squirrel with an even greater obsession with food and storage. Its ability, Cheek Pouch, allows it to restore HP when consuming berries, giving it surprising longevity in battle. Stat-wise, Greedent is a bulky tank, boasting 120 HP and 95 defense, making it one of the most durable early root mammals. However, its speed, 20, is incredibly low, making it one of the slowest regional rodents. Despite this, its solid attack, 95, allows it to use moves like Body Slam, Stuffed Cheeks, which boosts defense while eating a berry, and Crunch. The Pokédex describes Greedent as an obsessive hoarder, stuffing its cheeks to the point where it often forgets where it hides its food. While not competitively strong, Greedent's quirky personality, impressive bulk, and berry-based abilities make it a unique and fun addition to Galar's wildlife, emphasizing the gluttonous nature of squirrels. Nickit, introduced in Generation 8, is Galar's second early root mammal inspired by foxes, specifically the red foxes found in the UK. Unlike other early-game normal types, Nickit is a pure dark type, setting it apart with a more sneaky, elusive personality. Its long, bushy tail helps it erase its tracks, reinforcing its cunning nature. At level 18, Nickit evolves into Thievul, which becomes taller and sleeker, resembling a classic gentleman thief. Its signature mustache-like markings give it an air of sophistication, playing into its archetype as a smooth, stealthy bandit. Stat-wise, Thievul is a speed-focused Pokemon, boasting 90 speed and 87 special attack, making it a special attacker rather than a physical one. It learns Snarl, Dark Pulse, and Nasty Plot, making it a decent setup sweeper in the early game. However, its poor bulk, 70 HP, 58 defense, 92 special defense, and low attack make it fragile and underwhelming in competitive play. The Pokédex describes Thievul as a trickster Pokemon that steals food and valuables from other creatures, living up to its fox thief theme. Though it struggles competitively, Thievul's unique design, dark typing, and sneaky personality make it a memorable and thematically rich early-game Pokemon. Wooloo, introduced in Generation 8, is one of the most beloved Pokemon of Galar, becoming an instant fan favorite due to its adorable, fluffy sheep-like design. Inspired by British livestock, Wooloo reflects the agricultural culture of the UK, where sheep farming is common. Unlike many early-game mammals, Wooloo is more defensively oriented, relying on its thick wool for protection. At level 24, Wooloo evolves into Dubwool, which retains its pure normal typing and gains a tougher, more structured wool coat resembling that of a ram. Unlike most early-game mammals, Dubwool focuses on defensive playstyles, boasting 120 defense and 90 speed, making it a durable, fast tank. Its ability Fluffy halves damage from contact moves, further reinforcing its bulk. Dubwool's move pool includes Body Slam, Reversal, and Cotton Guard, the latter increasing its already high defense. However, its offensive stats, attack 80, special attack 60, make it lackluster as an attacker. The Pokédex describes Dubwool as a territorial Pokemon that rams opponents at high speeds, but in the Pokemon world, it is primarily seen as livestock. While it doesn't have much competitive use, its popularity, defensive capabilities, and charming design make it one of the most well-received early route Pokemon in recent years. Lechonk, introduced in Generation 9, is Paldea's early root normal-type mammal, inspired by Iberian pigs, which are a staple of Spanish agriculture and cuisine. Unlike previous early game mammals, Lechonk has a sassy personality, reflected in its Pokédex entries, which describe it as a pig that eats only fragrant food, making it smell nicer than expected. At level 18, Lechonk evolves into Oinkalone, which has two distinct forms, one for each gender, making it unique among regional rodents. Male Oinkalone has a more stout, muscular build, while female Oinkalone is slimmer and more refined. Both forms remain pure normal type, but have slightly different stat distributions. Oinkalone is a balanced Pokemon, boasting 110 HP, 100 defense, and 90 attack, making it bulky and strong. It learns Body Slam, Yawn, and Trail Blaze, making it an annoying defensive Pokemon with offensive options. Its ability, Lingering Aroma, similar to Mummy, spreads its ability to attackers, disrupting opponents' strategies. While not a top-tier battler, Oinkalone's regional inspiration, gender-based differences, and bulky playstyle make it one of the most interesting early-game mammals in recent years. Tandemaus, also introduced in Generation 9, is one of the most unusual regional normal types, designed to resemble tiny white house mice. Unlike previous early-game mammals, Tandemaus has no clear evolution trigger. Instead, it mysteriously evolves into Mousehold at level 25, often without the player even realizing it. Mousehold comes in two forms, Family of 4 and Family of 3, with no clear explanation as to why some have one less mouse. This strange evolution mechanic reinforces its mystery and quirky appeal. Stat-wise, Mousehold is a speed-based attacker boasting 111 speed and 75 attack, making it one of the fastest early-game mammals. Its signature move, Population Bomb, can hit up to 10 times in one turn, making it devastating with the right setup. The Pokédex describes Mousehold as a family-oriented Pokémon that lives in harmony, reflecting the real-world behavior of house mice. With its unusual evolution, high speed, and swarm-based attacks, Mousehold is one of the most unique and unpredictable regional rodents ever introduced. Thanks for watching! If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more, and drop a comment with what you'd like to see next. See you in the next one!